Alright, this is the second round of the Zwift Racing League Legends route, racing for the GCN. It's Tuesday night about 7:30 and we are about to set off on this one. I think there's about 50 in the pen. I'll pop up in a minute. General plan on this one is to try and finish up as high as we can. It's a point race. Yeah, so 53 in. We've got 6 in the team. There's also the teams. It's the first points race of the season, so the second race in, and there's a lead in to then the classic Zwift course around the island. So I thought we'd give it a dig. I was going to give it a dig off on this first climb, which I did. Watch a race recon, said it would be a good idea to give it a go. I was feeling quite fresh, legs feeling quite strong, so I went for it. Didn't really get much separation, although I did pull away a little bit, but not a great meaning. I thought people might have come with us, but they didn't. So then once we get to the top and it's a right hand turn, I just knocked it off a wee bit and wait for everybody else to catch up, which they do. We did the team trial last week, which sort of puts you into your categories and where you need to be. I think we were sort of mid-table. I think there is, I want to say, 7 or 8 teams in the league. There might be 8. So we're coming across onto the volcano now, turning right, and then go into the volcano. Again, the recon that I watched said there's another little kicker going through the volcano, and you can get a bit of separation there prior to the first lap. The lap consists of a climb and then a descent and then a sprint. Points are given over the KOM point and the sprint point, and then as fast as through the segments times, but we don't really bother with them. We're just aiming to finish as high up in whichever group we end up in as we can. I'll put a bit of a kick in now. I'm going to just go with a little riser here to get away out of there, and I get quite a bit of a gap, but nobody comes with us. 1 or 2 riders who I recognise. G Bullock, he came with us last time, so he's quite a strong rider. And then it's down onto the sort of island and around the island. I'm going to say in an anti-clockwise direction, I think, towards the climb. And again, everybody's caught up, so it's just time to sit in and sort of rest up a bit. 140 beats per minute for me is quite high. The average watts you can see in the top left hand side is 2.81, which again is quite a little bit higher than I normally get for the full race. I'm probably going to expect this race probably going to take about 40 minutes, half an hour. It doesn't take long. There is an archway here, and we've got a feather power up at the moment, and this is coming up towards the start of the climb on the island. The climb's quite a tasty one. It's not massive, but it's draggy. I think it's probably the best way of describing it. So I think I'm going to try and average about 2.8 up here. Obviously I'm feeling it a little bit. It's not such a good idea to have gone so hard on the first 2 little kickers to try and get away. So I'm just sitting at the back there, about 40th out of 53. There's a little group forming and there's people off the back. You can see by the GCN tops that Team Conor, that's who we are. There is a few of us there or thereabouts. Eric and Andre are with us, and I think Rafa Uzaro is a little bit further ahead. It goes up quite steeply through the red sections, and then it's draftable on the yellow sections. This is where the separation happens, unfortunately, and I get dropped anyway. I think my legs are just blown apart from the 2 efforts that I've made. So I'll just try and stick in and get on the back of these. Eric and Andre are with me, they're just behind me, and Rafa is in front, so we're just pottering on. We haven't made the cut, and I think this probably because the teams ahead of us are a lot better than us, I would have said, or they're just better at climbing. we've had a few injuries and bits and bobs, so we're not back to full strength yet. Nice little dip at the top, and I'm sort of recovered a little bit now, so I'm trying to push on to try and catch the group ahead, which is they must be trying to catch the group ahead of them because it's difficult to try and catch them. So I've got Andrea with me and Eric come back again, and this is the end of the climb here. We're just approaching the archway. You can see that in the map at the top. So there's a little group of six-ish with us there, a few little digs, and we're up past Rafa there, who's our team, but it's kind of every man for themselves, so the points are awarded when you get over, and then there's a dip down, which wasn't really long enough as long as the climb up, and I'm just trying to get into a super tuck or give it a big kick. This right hander's good for kicking. You can get into the super tuck and then it's just get a little bit of recovery down, and at the moment now I'm 31st out of 53. I wouldn't suggest that's mid-pack, but it's probably a little bit the wrong side of mid-pack. So as you can see on the top bar, it's in laps, so the first little segment's leading the next 4 laps, so there's 4 laps of this island. That's the sprint that we've just gone through, and then it just pairs around here and we're back on the climb. Slowed it down a bit here and go up the climb again in stages. I'm 30th. My legs have come back to me a little bit now. I've recovered from the earlier efforts, and I can see there's a group ahead, so I'm going to try and catch them. The higher up you can finish through each archway, the better it is. You can see there I've got a Jarvis KOM PB. That would have been on the first lap. Probably not going to get one in the second. So I just find that I can dig in on the 3.4 watts per kilo on the reds and a little bit less on the yellows, unless I'm trying to catch somebody. You can see on the top left hand side it's got watts per kilo, and then under that I've got average watts per kilo. So coming up this yellow section, 2.8, 2.5, catching these 2 up, Moore and 1 Fee, and I'm looking at Stedman, who's further ahead. So I started 30th and I'm now 24th. Pottering on as best I can, knowing that you can see by the elevation map on the right hand side that it goes down and then it kicks up again. So 22nd down the bridge, over the water, and then it'll kick back up, and that's the KOM point at the top. See, I'm in red figures there because I want to get to the KOM point before all of these and get the most points that I can. And that B John just gets ahead of me on there, so he's obviously quite a strong rider, or the strong rider in our little group that we're now in. It might be hard work to try and beat. So go on this right hand and it's down the hill again. If you kick there, you can get in the super tuck, which saves you a bit of energy. And then I'd forgotten about the sprint point because I was that gassed. So could have been slightly higher there. We're only talking 1 or 2 points. Get a PR through that sprint. And this is the finish line, or it will be in 3 laps time. So you can see where you need to sort of go, like time your sprint if you've got one. I'm back to 26th position. So this is like the group that's formed. It's about my level. I can see that Andre is about 34 seconds. That's AU in the GCN team. He's about 34 seconds behind me, and he's normally ahead of me. He's quite a strong rider, a very strong rider, and so is the other lad who's RO, but think he might have blown up one of the climbs because he's a bit further back. So up the climb again, just trying to hold around just over 3 watts per kilo for as long as I can without gassing myself. And then once we're at the top, just sitting a little bit on them. 26, so I think I started 31st, so somewhere near going up here. I'm letting them do the work and I'm just using their draft. And then my intention is to kick up here on this section, try and get over the line before these lot do, and drop my feather, which I've done. And again, B-John just gets me on the line. He's strong and he obviously knows what I'm doing. So again on this bit, races up and then aero boost and kick, and then try and get some separation and some leg rest down the hill down the other side. Also took a photograph of there because I must think I'm getting away from them, but I'm pretty sure they're reining me back in. Yeah, so they beat me over the sprint as well. So we're on the last lap. We will be on the last lap when we come around here. Now they've gone give it big licks for the sprint, but they've then slowed down a little bit. It tells me that they're maybe nearer the end of the powers. And so here we go again. I can't remember whether I sit in or not. I think I get away from them on the hill and get over the top. Well, I know I finished further up, so I must do. So Herman and K Moore are ahead of me. And that's the start of the climb, even though it's had a bit of a kick up, that red line that was across the thing. So I've had a PR going around this lot. Now this lad that's gone past us there in the green, Sogart, he came from nowhere and he's now hitting about 4.1 watts per kilo up the climb. So he leaves me for dead. He's already got 5 seconds in. Now I've got a little bit of distance on K Moore, 4 seconds. So my plan is to get over the top of here and then keep it on till the that right hander, and then try and kick over the right hander and get the super tuck going down the other side. So I've got a 4 second gap. B John is 8 seconds behind. I have noticed that. That means that I don't think they'll be at the nab meet on the KOM point at the top. Yeah, so they're all back to 9 seconds. So I think I've got a feather. Well, I've definitely got a feather, so I'm going to use that, I think, over the top here again to get a little bit more distance in. 10 seconds now I've got. Yeah, I've dropped the feather. So I would hope they'll probably be doing the same, so they'll probably catch back up. So that's me over the top in 22nd place, and the lad in the green that came past, he's ahead of me by 18 seconds, so I am going to try and catch him. So again, this bit here is a bit of a descent with a bit of a kick in and then burst to the right. I'll use the aero boost going over here. Get the super tuck. 14 seconds to B John, who's behind me. I think he's trying to catch us. And now it's just a case of Sogart trying to catch them. They're in the red figures at the moment, so that they're well ahead. 10 seconds. So I'm also fast against the sprint point there, 22nd place, beating B John and everybody. They haven't managed to mug us going over that line. And now we've got 0.5 of a mile to the finish line. The lad ahead of me here, this Street League, he's a lap behind, so he doesn't count. So I'll get past him. And just aim for the lad in the green, which I think I caught him on the line. It's easy to look at when you're ahead and look at people behind, what power they're putting out and try and match it, but he isn't trying to put any power out, so I don't know whether he's not aware I'm coming or maybe his legs are gone. So 3 seconds and we're down to the final couple of 100 feet. And he must see me coming now because he's reacted. But I don't think he's got anything left. So I'll pass him on the line to finish 21st, which I'm quite happy with. Although I think I probably could have done better if I hadn't gone for daft attacks at the front. So if you like this video, like and subscribe. It all helps. Thank you.